Before we start, just a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button. Only 2% are subscribed at 1,000 subscribers. I'll be posting a special video. My phone buzzed hard and I almost dropped it. A fraud alert flashed across the lock screen. Not a maybe, not a warning, a charge went through. It was in her name and it hit like a punch. My name is Matt and I am 31. I stared at the merchant name, then at the time. 12:07 a.m. and my brain did that dumb stutter. Because she told me she was offline tonight. I tapped the alert and saw the amount. Not huge but not normal for her either. Then another alert stacked under it, same card. Two charges, two different places, 10 minutes apart. I called her right away, thumb shaking a little. The line rang twice, then dumped me into voicemail. No beep tone, just that cold automated voice. I hung up fast and tried again anyway. You know that feeling when you already know but refuse it. I told myself her phone died like a stubborn idiot. Then I checked the time again like it would change. It did not, and I felt smaller for hoping. I opened our messages and hit her last text. Heading out, no service for a bit, love you. I read it 3 times, hunting for hidden meaning. Then I realized my mouth was open, just hanging there. I sent, hey, call me now. I watched the message go through, then sit there. 1 check, then 2, then nothing else. No typing bubble, no reaction, just silence. I tried calling again, then again, then again. Each time it went dead faster, like it learned me. I stood up too quick and felt dizzy. My hand grabbed the counter like that helped anything. I hate admitting this, but I went into detective mode. I pulled up the banking app with a nasty calm. The charges were real, posted, and not pending. That meant someone swiped and walked away smiling. I clicked the details, hoping for something obvious. Maybe a gas station, maybe a grocery store. Instead, it showed a motel name I did not recognize. My stomach did a slow twist and stayed there. 10 minutes later, the second charge showed a bar tab. Not a diner, not a pharmacy, a bar. I laughed once and it sounded wrong in my own ears. Like my body tried humor, then quit. I texted, where are you right now? It looked fine on the screen, calm and normal. My fingers were not calm, they were clumsy. I deleted a second message because it sounded desperate. Then I sent it anyway, just softer. Please answer, I'm worried. I stared so hard my eyes started burning. The screen stayed blank like it enjoyed it. I opened the location sharing we had always used. It had her dot, her name in that tiny map. I hit refresh and the dot did not move. Then it vanished like someone wiped it clean. I froze with my thumb still hovering. That felt deliberate and I hated that thought. Maybe she turned it off to save battery, sure. But my gut whispered, no, this is different. I called again and this time she picked up. For half a second I heard breathing and movement. Then a click and the call ended like a cut wire. My heart slammed and I went cold. I called back right away because of course I did. Straight to voicemail again like I never existed. I stared at my own reflection in the dark window. I looked like a guy about to beg. I typed, did you just answer, and hang up. I watched it deliver and my chest tightened. Then the bubbles appeared for 1 second. They vanished like a lie and I felt my face heat. I started pacing, then caught myself pacing. Like what? I was going to wear a path into safety. I forced myself to sit, then bounced right back up. I could not land anywhere inside my own skin. I called her best friend without thinking it through. The call rang and rang, then went to voicemail. I didn't leave a message because I sounded unhinged. My finger hovered, then I hung up fast. I tried one of our mutual friends next. He answered groggy and I jumped right in. Have you talked to her tonight? My voice came out sharp. He paused too long and my throat tightened. He muttered, no, why? I told him about the bank alerts, just the basics. I expected him to laugh and calm me down. Instead he went quiet and that silence felt heavy. Maybe she's with people, he finally offered. I wanted to scream because yes, obviously she is. But that was the whole problem and he didn't get it. I thanked him, then ended the call before I snapped. I went back to the banking app and refreshed again. A third charge popped up, smaller like a tip. Same bar name, same city, same time window. My brain lined them up like bullets. I opened her profile on the travel app she used. It showed her last check-in from days ago. No new updates, no new bookings, nothing helpful. It felt like staring at a locked door. I tried calling one more time, slower, like that mattered. This time it rang longer, which gave me stupid hope. Then the voicemail kicked in again and I swore out loud. The sound bounced back at me, loud and embarrassing. I sat down and forced myself to breathe through my nose. I told myself not to jump to cheating or worse. Then I pictured that motel charge again and my hands shook. My mind kept replaying the hang-up like a threat. I wrote one last text and I kept it simple. Answer me if you're safe, just type OK. I stared at the screen until my neck hurt. Then I heard my email ping and my stomach dropped again. I slammed my laptop open and pulled up our message thread. My fingers moved fast, like speed could fix this. I scrolled back weeks, hunting for the moment it shifted. I found it and my chest tightened again. 2 months earlier, she walked in with a cardboard box. Not from moving, from her desk. She dropped it by the door and did not smile. Then she said she quit, like it was a weather update. I asked, "Today you quit today?" She shrugged and kicked her shoes off with one hard snap. "I can't do it anymore, I'm done." That word landed heavy and it did not bounce. I tried to keep my voice even and failed. "What's the plan, even a rough plan?" She gave me a look like I insulted her. "I'm not asking permission," came back quick and cold. I backed off because I didn't want to blow up. I did that thing where I act supportive to stay safe. "Okay, tell me what you need from me." She nodded once like she won a point. That night she opened a map app and spun her phone. Pins everywhere, list saved places. She talked fast like her mind was already gone. I watched her and felt like furniture. The next morning she booked a one-way ticket. Not a month out, not after a talk. 3 days later, just like that. I asked why so soon and she avoided my eyes. She spent the next 2 days calling it a reset. She kept repeating that word like a charm. Whenever I asked about money, she got stiff. Whenever I asked about us, she got sharp. We fought in short bursts, then acted normal. I would apologize first because I hate conflict. She would accept it with a calm that scared me. It felt like she was training me to stop asking. On the day she left, she hugged me too fast. Not rude, just rushed. She pressed her cheek to mine and whispered, "Trust me." Then she pulled away before I could breathe. The first week, she sent little voice clips. Quick laughs, a few shaky videos from new places. I tried to be the cool boyfriend, the steady one. Then one night, she skipped the call we planned. I asked, "Everything okay?" and kept it light. A reply came hours later, "Yeah, just exhausted." No details, no warmth, just a lid on a pot. I told myself I was being needy and swallowed it. Week 2, I started scheduling calls like appointments. Not romantic, but it was something. She agreed to a time, then missed it again. When I brought it up, she hit me with silence. I did that stupid thing where I double text. I wrote, "Please don't shut me out." Then I deleted it and sent a joke instead. She reacted with a single emoji and it felt brutal. Week 3, her pictures changed. Less scenery, more people. New faces with arms around her shoulders. She never introduced them and that bothered me. I asked, "Who are they?" and waited. She replied, "Just friends, don't make it weird." That line made my jaw clench because I wasn't trying. I was trying to understand what I was losing. Week 4, she stopped using my pet name. She started calling me Matt like a coworker. When I pointed it out, she laughed like I was fragile. I laughed too and hated myself for it. She also started dropping new phrases that felt rehearsed. Stuff about energy and attachments and blocking growth. It sounded like a script from a stranger's mouth. I asked where it came from and she dodged it. One night she answered the phone and spoke softly. "Not sweet, careful. I can't talk long, people are sleeping." I asked who and her breath caught. She changed the subject so fast it gave me whiplash. "So how's work, still busy?" I answered, then realized she never cared about that stuff. It felt like she was testing how easy I was to steer. After that call, I promised myself I would chill out. I wanted to be supportive, not paranoid. I told myself her distance was just travel chaos. Then she started calling me controlling out of nowhere. It happened over a simple question about timing. When do you think you'll be back? Her voice turned hard like I accused her of a crime. Stop trying to cage me, she snapped, and I went quiet. Have you ever heard a person rewrite you in real time? Like you can feel your role changing mid-sentence. I wanted to argue, but I also wanted her to stay calm. So I apologized and my pride took another hit. Week 6, she stopped answering for full days. Then she would pop in with a short busy. No apology, no explanation. Each time I felt myself shrink a little more. I tried to set one boundary, just one. Please just confirm you're safe each night. She answered with a long pause, then a clipped sure. That sure sound. D like a threat. 2 days later, she forgot. I reminded her and she left me on read. Then she posted a story with loud music and strangers. I sat there watching, feeling stupid and helpless. I called her the next morning and kept it simple. I'm worried this is messing with me. She exhaled like I was a burden she carried. I can't babysit your anxiety, she shot back. That line stung because she used to hold me close. She used to ask what I needed, even when it was messy. Now she acted like my feelings were an invoice. I swallowed it again because I didn't know what else to do. A week after that, she asked about our shared account. Not directly, she eased into it. Do we still have the same transfer limit? I felt my skin go cold when she asked. I tried to joke to keep it normal. Planning to buy a yacht, I typed. No laugh back, no playful hit. Just I need flexibility, and my stomach sank. I asked why and she sent a voice note. Her tone was bright, almost fake. Opportunities come up, don't stress. Then she added, trust me, and it sounded borrowed. That was the moment I started keeping receipts in my head. Not because I wanted to control her. Because I felt like I was being handled. And tonight, that midnight alert proved I wasn't crazy, right? The email subject line made my pulse jump, unusual activity detected. I clicked so fast I missed the first sentence. It wanted me to confirm recent spending or lock everything. My finger hovered over lock like it was a trigger. I hit lock anyway, then stared at the confirmation screen. A part of me felt cruel for doing it. Another part of me felt late, like I should have earlier. I refreshed the account page and saw more pending charges. I won't pretend I stayed calm. I opened the transaction list and started scanning like a lunatic. The motel charge sat there, clean and undeniable. Right under it, another small fee showed up from a rideshare. That rideshare line messed with me more than the bar. A bar could be social, a motel could be cheap. A rideshare meant movement, and movement meant a plan. I typed her name into my notes app and wrote where in caps. I called the bank's fraud number and waded through the robot maze. My knee bounced so hard it shook the chair. When a person finally answered, my voice came out thin. I need to know where my card was used tonight. The rep asked for verification and I fumbled every answer. I hate how scared I sounded, like a kid asking permission. She confirmed the city, then gave the merchant locations. Not full addresses, but enough to make it real. She offered to cancel the card and send a new one. I almost laughed because that solved nothing. Can you tell if it was chip or tap? I pushed. Tap, that one word hit me like a shove. Tap meant her phone, tap meant her hand. That killed the fantasy that a thief grabbed her wallet. I thanked the rep and ended the call fast. Then I sat there staring at the screen like it could blink first. I opened our shared account next, and yeah, this is the ugly part. I told myself I was protecting us, not spying. I still felt gross, like I crossed a line and liked it. The recent activity loaded and my throat tightened again. There were transfers I had not noticed, neat and spaced out. Not huge amounts, but steady, like a drip you ignore. Each one went to the same payment handle I didn't recognize. The name on it looked fake, like a brand someone invented. I clicked one transfer and found a short memo. It wasn't food or gas or anything normal. It said circle, like that meant something. I stared at that word until it felt like it stared back. I checked the next transfer and found a different memo. Contribution, then another one, alignment. My skin crawled because it sounded like a pitch. Like someone had taught her what to type. I messaged her again and I kept it tight. Your card got locked, call me now. A minute passed, then 2, then 10. Still no reply, and that quiet felt intentional. So I called her sister because I needed someone who cared. She answered on the second ring and sounded half asleep. I asked if she heard from her tonight. Not in days, her voice sharpened immediately. I told her about the motel and the bar charges. She went silent, then cursed under her breath. That doesn't sound like her, she muttered, and I agreed too fast. Then she asked, did she mention a group, and my stomach flipped. I said no, and her breathing got louder on the line. She posted something last week, a circle thing. I asked what that meant, and she hesitated. Like a travel family, some coach guy. That phrase, coach guy, made my jaw lock. I asked for a link, and she texted it while we stayed connected. It was a profile full of smiling strangers and vague captions. Detach, let go, choose freedom. It looked like a trap. I clicked through the followers and started recognizing faces. Not friends, not coworkers, random people with the same slogans. I scrolled and felt my brain heat up with anger. Then I saw her comment under a post, 3 heart emojis, nothing else. I called her again and got a single ring, then nothing. Not voicemail this time, just a hard stop. Like my number got blocked or her phone got taken. I stared at the screen and realized my hands were shaking. I decided to call the motel because I needed one solid fact. The front desk picked up and I forced my voice steady. I'm trying to reach my girlfriend as she checked in. The clerk paused, then shut me down with policy. I tried a different angle and I hate that I did. I'm worried she's in danger, can you do a welfare check? The clerk asked if I was law enforcement and I froze. I wasn't, and the line went cold again. I called the bar next because it felt less locked down. A man answered and music leaked through the phone. I asked if a woman matching her description was there earlier. He sighed and said, we don't do that, then lowered his voice. Looks, he added, a girl left with a group. I asked how many and he said 5 or 6. I asked if a guy was leading them and he gave a short laugh. Yeah, the loud one, always talking. That made my blood run colder. I sat back and tried to breathe like a normal person. My mind wanted to call the cops, then it wanted to hide. I kept thinking about those transfer memos, circle, alignment, contribution. It sounded like money flowing to someone who knew exactly what to say. I opened the payment app tied to the handle and hit Request Info. A verification prompt popped up and asked for her phone confirmation. So even if I wanted answers, I'd need her approval. That felt like a lock snapping shut right in my face. Then my phone buzzed with a new notification, another attempt. Not a charge, a transfer request. It was from that same handle and it had a note attached. Urgent, need flexibility tonight. My hands went numb. I stared at the request until the screen dimmed. This wasn't random spending anymore, it was someone pushing. I felt stupid for not seeing it sooner and furious for seeing it now. Then a number I didn't know started calling, and I answered on instinct. The unknown number kept ringing, so I answered on the 4th hit. Her voice came through, and it sounded smaller than I remembered. Why did my card stop working? Her words were clipped. I swallowed hard because she jumped straight to money. I said, tell me where you are. A short inhale on her end, then a forced calm. I'm fine, stop doing this. This felt like a label slapped on my panic. I asked, did you stay at a motel tonight? She let out a quick laugh like I told a bad joke. It was cheap, don't start. She skipped right past the point like it was nothing. I tried again, slower, like I could talk her back. Why a bar after midnight, then a ride? Her breath went sharp and I heard movement behind her. Don't interrogate me, she snapped, and my hands went cold. I said I locked the card because I was scared. She went quiet and that silence lasted too long. Then she spoke softer, almost sweet. Unlock it, I need to handle something, and my chest tightened. I asked what thing and who are you with? She dodged like it was a sport now. People who actually care about my growth. That word again, growth, like a slogan pasted over her mouth. I said, put me on video for 10 seconds. A pause, then a tiny sound like she covered the mic. When she came back, her tone turned flat. No, you're acting unstable, and I flinched at the insult. I hated that I started defending myself. I'm not unstable, I'm trying to keep you safe. She scoffed and I heard someone else scoff too. That second scoff made my skin crawl. "Who's there with you?" I asked. She didn't answer, and I heard a muffled voice close to her. It was a man, low and confident, like he owned the room. Then she whispered, "Please don't make this hard," and I froze. I said, "I'm already in hell, just tell me the truth." Her voice cracked for a second, then snapped back into place. "I'm traveling with a team, we look out for each other." The word team hit weird, like she learned it yesterday. I pushed, "What is his name?" She exhaled slowly, like she was calming a child. "You don't need his name, you need to trust me." Trust coming from her felt like a dare. I said, "If you're safe, you can say it clearly." She went quiet again, then spoke fast. I'm safe, are you done now?" That double repeat sounded like a script she memorized. I asked, "Why can't you talk without him nearby?" She laughed again, but it was thin this time. "He's not controlling me, that's your thing." Hearing her flip it back on me made my jaw clench. Then the man's voice cut in, close to the mic. "Hey man, I'm helping her heal." I didn't answer right away because I wanted to scream. "Nem?" He kept going like my silence was permission. "You're scared because you're losing access," he said. I felt my face burn because it was so calculated. I snapped, "I'm scared because she won't answer basic questions." He chuckled, and that chuckle felt practiced. "You can support her or you can sabotage her," he said. I heard her breathing beside him, quick and uneven. I said, "Hand her the phone, I want her voice." There was a pause, and the pause was an answer. When she spoke again, she sounded far away. "Please unlock it, I need to book something." I asked, "What are you booking and why tonight?" She hesitated, and I heard a faint whisper feeding her words. "I'm moving with the group," she said at last. "That's safer," she added like she read it off a card. I asked, "Safer from what?" She didn't respond, and my throat went tight with dread. I tried a different angle because I was desperate. "Say one detail only you would know right now." She got angry fast, like I insulted her intelligence. "Stop testing me," she barked, and the man laughed again. I said, "You're asking for money while hiding everything." Her voice went sharp, and I heard something slam in the background. "I'm not asking for money, I'm asking for respect." Respect, used like a weapon, made me feel dizzy. I told her I will unlock it after a video call. She started talking over me, fast and messy. "You're controlling, you're punishing me, you're proving my point." Each accusation landed like a shove, and I still didn't move. The man took the phone again, smooth as a salesman. "She needs freedom, don't trap her with fear." I said, "If she's free, she can talk alone." He went quiet for one beat, then his voice turned colder. "You're making her choose," he said. I answered, "No, you are." A sharp inhale from her, like she got pulled two directions. Then the line went dead, and I sat there shaking. 2 seconds later, a message came through from her number. "Unlock it now, don't do this." No heart, no pet name, no warmth. Just an order, like I was an ATM with feelings. I typed back, "Call me alone, 5 minutes." I watched the typing bubble appear, then stop. Then another message landed, and it wasn't from her. It was that payment handle again, requesting a bigger amount. I hit decline on the transfer request so hard my thumb hurt. Another request popped up right after, larger and bolder. It felt like someone was watching my screen from her side. My hands went rigid, and I knew I had one move left. I called the bank again and asked for the nuclear option. Close the joint account, freeze transfers, flag everything. The rep asked if I was sure, and I almost laughed. "Do it," I said, and my voice sounded like gravel. While she processed it, my phone kept lighting up. Requests, missed calls, a string of angry texts. Each one sounded less like her and more like a handler. Then a new message landed, "You're ruining my path." I didn't reply right away because replying felt like feeding it. I opened my email and changed every password I could remember. Banking, travel apps, shared subscriptions we both used. Halfway through, I realized she still had my emergency contact. I removed it and guilt hit me like a slap. 6 years and I was deleting her with 2 taps. Then I pictured that man on the call, cool and smug. The guilt got replaced by something hotter, anger with teeth. Her sister called back and didn't waste time. "She's texting me now, she's freaking out." I asked what she wrote, and my throat tightened again. "She says you're abusing her financially," her sister whispered. That sentence made me dizzy because it was so backwards. I've never raised my voice at her in public. I've never threatened her, not once. Now I was the villain in her new story, just like that. I asked her sister to do one thing for me. Tell her to call alone, no team, no coach voice. Her sister agreed, then paused like she hated it. If she won't, she added, I'm calling the cops. 5 minutes later, my phone rang with her number. I answered and kept my tone steady on purpose. Are you alone right now? Her silence was long enough to feel staged. I'm with friends, she finally said too fast. I said, then call me when you're not. Her voice jumped an octave and it sounded panicked. No, I need this handled now, she snapped. I asked, handled how? She started listing things like she rehearsed a pitch. A room, gas, a deposit, it's temporary. Temporary used to mean a week, now it meant my wallet. I said, why can't you pay with your own money? She inhaled hard like I hit a nerve. Because you cut me off, you're punishing me. The accusation hit so clean it felt pre-written. I tried the one question that still mattered to me. Are you okay, like truly okay? She hesitated and her voice got quiet for 1 second. Then the calm mask snapped back on. I'm thriving. Put your camera on, I said, keeping it flat. A shuffle sound, then a sharp whisper behind her. Her next words came out clipped and strange. I can't, my phone is low, she blurted. I almost believed it because I wanted to. Then I heard a man laugh again, soft and near. I said, stop, give her space, this is between us. The man answered instead, she doesn't owe you access. Something in me finally broke clean. Not in a dramatic way, just a quiet snap. I said, you're not getting another dollar from me. Her breath hitched and the line went dead. 2 seconds later, she texted a photo of a booking page. Not a screenshot with proof, more like a threat. See, you're leaving me stranded. I stared at it and felt my face go numb. I wrote back, call your family, call a friend from before. I added, if you're in danger, call 911. I didn't add, I love you, and that hurt. Then another message came, you're choosing control over love. I opened our bank app and confirmed the closure request. It showed a final date and a list of required steps. I followed each one, hands steady for the first time tonight. When it asked where to send the remaining funds, I picked my account. I sent her sister a short text with the facts. Account closed, fraud flagged, no more shared transfers. I told her sister to keep pushing for a real check-in. Her reply came fast, she's screaming that you betrayed her. That word betrayed did something weird to me. Because part of me did betray her in her mind. I betrayed the version of me that always gave in. I sat there and realized I was done being the soft target. I called my credit bureau and put a fraud alert on my file. I hated myself for thinking like this, but I did it anyway. 6 years makes you trust stupidly until it burns you. When the alert was active, I let out a breath I didn't know I held. Her number called again and I let it ring out. Then it called again, then again, relentless. A voicemail came through and I forced myself to play it. Her voice sounded raw, please, just help me. For 1 second I almost caved, I'm not proud. Then the recording caught a low whisper behind her. Ask softer, the man murmured like giving directions. My skin turned cold and my hands started shaking again. I saved the voicemail and forwarded it to her sister. I typed, that whisper isn't normal, please take this seriously. Her sister called back and sounded furious, not sleepy anymore. I'm driving there, she said, I'm finding her. I sat on the floor with my phone pressed to my palm. I kept thinking about how fast a person can disappear. Not physically, emotionally, like a switch flips and you become before. Then my screen lit up with one last text, don't make me do this.